Welcome to Jubilee, population 23, as the townspeople prepare to celebrate their 20th anniversary. Old secrets and new rivalries emerge. For a town this small, there sure is plenty of drama between its inhabitants. Hello fellow Hood explorers, welcome to the channel. If you didn't know, The Sims 2 hit store shelves on the 14th of September 2004. That means it's 21 years old today. I thought it fitting to explore a neighbourhood that celebrates this milestone. Welcome to the custom neighbourhood of Jubilee by Ionda Needles. The neighbourhood contains the following. We have 5 families, 1 unoccupied residential lot, 6 community lots and 1 apartment. The neighbourhood also boasts a small selection of custom townies and NPCs, and the storylines are inspired by other custom neighbourhoods and community challenges. How awesome is that? If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. I'm Hannah, and this is a series I do where we explore various custom neighbourhoods for The Sims 2. We will first read the family stories, visit a few households, and conclude by exploring the various community lots the town has to offer. But before we begin, I do need to make it clear that unlike most other hoods that I cover in this series, this one does contain CC. It's minimal and not strictly required, but please do make sure that you are reading the creator's post to get the most out of the experience. All expansion and stuff packs are required as well. Alright, so let's get stuck in. Mary didn't expect to spend her retirement caring for her grandchildren. However, the 3 of them have adjusted well to each other, even though Terence's death only a few months ago has shaken things up again. Shy little Daffodil is settling in nicely, but Violet's involvement with the local bad boy is giving Mary a headache. Emmett and his dog live at the edge of town. While Emmett is famous for being the local hermit, he's also the owner of the most successful store in town. However, with old age creeping up on him and no heir, he is wondering who will become his successor and secure his legacy. Leslie is a talented seamstress, but the drama always surrounding her often makes people forget that. There is never a dull moment if you spend your time with Leslie, but now with little Darcy to take care of, how will she manage to provide a calmer environment for her daughter? Or will business continue as usual? Callum has come to Jubilee for a fresh start, and the townsfolk has embraced their new neighbour. However, the circumstances surrounding this move are certainly odd. Will Callum prove to be just too odd for this odd little town? Locals have certainly noticed someone camping out in the old construction site, but as they appear to be quiet and respectful, they leave them alone. Still, some wonder who would voluntarily live here. Here we are with the Hobbs family, or maybe it's Hobbies, I'm not entirely sure, but this here is Mary. Mary is a popularity sim. She wants to be friends with Emmett, which is very interesting given his storyline. Potentially, these kids over here, Violet and Daffodil, could be the ones to inherit his business. If we look at her relationship panel, we can see that she is very close to both of her grandchildren, and she is best friends with Bethany Clarkson and Penelope, who I assume to be townies. We have a nice family tree here, so we can see that Terence was her husband. Together they had a son in Anthony. He has since passed away. He got married to Marigold. Again, she is also dead. And they have 2 children. Poor Mary having to raise these kids by herself. I don't know if I'm reaching here. If the creator happens to be watching this video, please do let me know if I'm right or wrong here. But Mary's daughter-in-law, Marigold, is she based off of It's Marigold, the YouTube account, the Sims 2 YouTube account? I find it interesting you've got Marigold and the creator's name Mary in the same family tree. Am I reaching there? Is that just a coincidence? Please do let me know if you happen to be watching. But to get back on track, Mary is a retired mayor and she has a bunch of skills. Does she have any talent badges? She does. She has a silver in gardening. Mary has done well for herself, all things considered. Sure, she's had a shaky start into adulthood, but her marriage to Terence was rather of convenience, but it grew into something beautiful, and their son Anthony gave her 2 beautiful granddaughters. Even with both gone, Mary can't shake the feeling that she's lived a fantastic life. We also know what her one true hobby is, which I love to see this detail in custom hoods, and that is cuisine. A lovely full set of memories here. Now, it looks like it dates back to childhood, which is really nice to see. She had her first woohoo with Emmett. The drama. I'm here for it. Okay, so let's see. She proposed to Emmett and he said no. And then she lost him as a best friend. And that is when she fell in love with Terence. So Emmett was like her first love. Wow. Now, if you select Mary, it kind of looks like Anthony is the offspring of Mary and Terence. But it's actually Emmett. Wow. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Yeah, so that was definitely an affair. Like, she got married to Terence, they fell in love, bought a house, and then she had Anthony with her ex. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. This is only the second sim that we are covering, and already I am completely hooked on the storylines. So this is Violet. She would like to have her very first kiss. She is a romance sim. So I think this is the local bad boy that she is involved with. I think it's Marcus Gray, who I am assuming is a townie. She's also close to this girl here, Mariah, and she knows Eloise, and a few other sims in the neighbourhood. I wonder if Emmett knows, like if he is aware that his grandchildren exist, or if he's completely in the dark. I guess we'll have to find out when we get to his household. She's a C- in public school, so quite a bit of work to do there. She also has a job in the athletic career. She is a water person, level 1. She is a Libra. Let's check out her bio. Being the ex-mayor's granddaughter comes with certain benefits, but for Violet, it's hard to see them at times. Everyone is always up in her business, which is especially hard if you just want to spend time with your sweetheart without everyone butting in. I do just want to note as well, it does look like the interests have been specifically tailored to the Sims. So for example, we know that Mary was the former mayor. She has a high politics interest. She also, her one true hobby I should say, is cuisine, and she has a high food enthusiasm. Now if we check out Violet, we can see that she has a high interest in sports, which ties in with her job. So I really like that the creator spent just a bit of time tailoring these to the Sims. I really appreciate that. And her one true hobby is fitness. So it does look like her mother died first, making her dad a single parent, and then sadly he passed away. And then she ended up moving in with her grandmother, and only recently has she started dating the town's bad boy. And finally, we have little Daffodil. What an adorable name. She would like to make a friend. She is an A+ in public school, so a very good student. She's a Cancer. Her bio reads, Daffodil enjoys snuggling up under a Joshua tree with a good book and watching the cars go by. She dreams of becoming a car mechanic one day. No small talk, no commotion, just her toolbox, and silence. I knew it. I knew that her one true hobby would have to be tinkering, given that lovely bio we just read. Thank you, creator, for the effort you've put into this. It really makes these types of neighbourhoods shine when the little details like this have been so well thought out. Her memories are a bit more limited. Again, she's only a child, but her first memory is losing her mother, which is incredibly sad. I love that the cat is just chilling out here. It's so cute. This is little Carter. I do want to check out his stats as well really quick. He is a doofus. He's lazy, he's friendly, cowardly, pigpen. I wonder if he has a bio. He does. Carter is a house cat, and nothing can change that. No matter how often the opener asks him to chase away the mouse, he'd rather stay inside, dig through the trash, and relax on the couch. Carter is a whole mood. What a gorgeous little lot. I adore what they've done with the house, but first let's just check out the garden space because I'm already very impressed. We have this beat up car here with like graffiti all over it. That's cool. And then they have like a pickup truck. And I guess they grow their own produce. So we have like pepper plants, we've got strawberries, tomatoes, eggplants, and cucumbers. This here is the lot. How stinking cute is this? I love the country kitchen set so much. And it's a common theme throughout the house. It just feels very warm and cozy. For me personally, I am just a sucker for these like really small kind of lots. I don't like big sprawling mansions and stuff. This is so ideal for me. I would honestly love to live here. If I had to guess, I would say this would be Daffodil's room here, and then this one would be Violet's. I just love what the creator has done with this space. It's absolutely gorgeous. Overall, I am very impressed with not only the lot, but the storyline. I am already hooked. I need to know what happens next. Oh, but first, I just realised we have a family album. Awesome. So it looks like this is a young Mary. She was so pretty in her younger days, bless her. So this would be Emmett, I believe. But she ended up getting married to Terence, raising Anthony together. And then this is an elderly Mary scolding Violet for dating the town bad boy. Again, this kind of thing just makes a neighbourhood for me. It just makes it stand out and feel so much more special. Standing directly under the light there, we have Emmett Parrish. He would like to get a bronze sales talent badge. He is also a fortune sim. He is still in love with Mary after all of these years. I really like that Mary wants to kind of rekindle that friendship, but it's really up to the player to decide if you want something more romantic to happen between them, so I like that. He is unemployed, but we do know he runs his own business, has a bunch of skills. He's especially good at mechanical, so he's a bit of a handyman. Bunch of talent badges, alright, so he has a bronze in register, silver in restocking, and gold in gardening, so that could be something he connects with Mary over, like their love of gardening and growing produce. He's a Scorpio who's really grouchy. If he could change just one thing about his life, Emmett would go back to that one summer night all those years ago and change his answer. However, there's no use wallowing. It's too bad you only ever wise up way too late. Oh, Emmett, hindsight really is 2020. His one true hobby is, of course, nature, of which he has a membership to the Secret Lot. As for his memories, I cannot see the have a baby memory for Anthony, which is really strange. The only thing I can think is that this was done on purpose, so he doesn't know that Anthony was in fact his child. Crazy. However, he does have the memory of losing him, so I guess that could be like he just knows Anthony from around town because this is such a small neighbourhood, but he never realised, maybe Anthony didn't know either, that they were father and son. Amazing. He also won the Best of the Best award. I think it's interesting that he remembers Terence dying, given that's not a friend or a family member. I wonder if maybe they work together, perhaps. If we look at the family album, we can see him rejecting poor Mary for an engagement. What a jerk. He also threw himself into gardening, became a master gardener, started running his own business. These photos are lovely, by the way. And now he's just a lonely old man, regretting his life choices that led him to this point. Let's talk about Ronnie, the family dog. Ronnie greatly enjoys chasing the local wildlife. Of course, that includes the odd neighbour's cat, so Ronnie can often be found with a big scratch or two on his nose. Time for the house tour. Of course, I'm going to check out the garden first. So he has his pickup truck out here. Of course, every gardener and handyman absolutely needs one. A really healthy garden here. We've got pole beans, tomatoes, strawberries and peppers, and a bunch of the different trees that we can harvest from as well. So that's really cool. I really do like the ranch style home that the creator has built for Emmett here. It just fits his personality to a T. If we come inside, we can see that it's not necessarily country kitchen, but it's very close. I feel like it's more of a ranch style, which I really like. Upstairs we have, of course, his bedroom. It does look like he has an office space, so I guess this is where he would do like all of the paperwork for his business. We absolutely need to check out his business as well. I need to make a mental note of that. And he has like a little ant colony. He can observe ants, or for some reason he can shake them because, you know, The Sims, I guess. So this is a very impressive lot. I like that it's a very big lot in terms of its just size, but that the house doesn't take up too much room. Overall, I'm just very impressed with it. I think the creator has done a wonderful job. Oh my gosh, look in the bottom right corner. There's Mary. How badly I want to just press play right now and just see the events that unfold, but I'm not going to do that. Here we have the Hayes family. This here is Leslie the seamstress. She is a family sim whose locked-in want is to fall in love, but she does also want to get married and have a baby. So it looks like her daughter Darcy's father is this guy called Connor Whitaker. I do believe that is a townie, perhaps even a one-night stand since she doesn't really know him. She is currently unemployed. She has quite a few cooking and creativity skills and a bunch of talent badges. So she has a bronze in cash register, a bronze in sales, and a gold in sewing. Leslie has got a zest for life and a terrible taste in men. Whether it is failing to tame the town's Lothario or rebounding with a childhood friend who turns out to be unreliable and reckless, Leslie just can't seem to catch a break. But maybe her happily ever after is right around the corner. I, for one, hope so. Leslie seems like a nice enough sim. Of course, her one true hobby is arts and crafts. If we look at her memories, ooh, check this out. She snuck out with Alicia, who in her relationship panel she is best friends with. She, of course, got busted. Gotta learn how not to get caught there, Leslie. So her first kiss was with this guy called Juan, who I'm guessing is supposed to be like the town's Don Lothario, like a bargain bin Don Lothario. She got engaged to him, but she got left at the altar. What a pure humiliation that is to have to endure. And that is when she kissed and woohooed Connor. So I am guessing that was a brief one-night stand that resulted in the birth of Darcy. This here is little Darcy, and she would like to learn to walk. It doesn't look like she's been taught any of her toddler skills, but she is just at the beginning of her toddler life stage, so plenty of time to achieve that. Believe it or not, she is actually friends with Connor, so I guess he's not like a total deadbeat, you know, that's how I would interpret that. She's a Pisces, her bio reads, little Darcy is a precious child, with even more energy than her mammy. She does miss her daddy, but he tries to visit often. Tries, that is. We already know her one true hobby, it is music and dance. Very eager to check out the family album here, so it looks like Leslie and Aisha have been friends for most of their life, definitely since they were teens at least. Oh, here is her getting stood up at the altar by Juan. What a tool. Ah, okay. Ooh, the pieces. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. It's coming together. So she hooked up with Connor the day that she got left at the altar. Crazy storyline. And of course, her working on her sewing for her business. This is the family lot. It is just a small, cozy little bungalow. Thankfully, they do have a car. That'll be very useful. If we come inside, we can see that the family don't necessarily have much, but what they do have is more than enough. They've got like mismatched chairs. They have a lovely little living room space. This is, I guess, where she would do her sewing, a nursery and a bedroom. So it might not be anything extravagant, but it is so well decorated and built, and it just has so much character, and I just really like it. Let's check out this diva. This here is Callum Wharton. He would like to buy new clothes. He is also a knowledge sim. Since he is new in town, he doesn't really have any friends in the neighbourhood, but he is close to getting friendly with, what's her name? Leslie Hayes here. So potential for something to happen there, maybe. He does have a job. He is a lab assistant level 2 in science. He only needs one cleaning skill to get a promotion. He also has a talent badge. He has a bronze in robotics. I wonder if he has a robot building station in his house. We'll see a little later. He's a Virgo whose bio reads, Callum could never have predicted what would happen that night, but he's taken things in stride ever since. Unfortunately, not everyone in his hometown could, so he moved to the middle of nowhere for a fresh start. Will he be up for the challenge of Cosmic Parent? So if it isn't abundantly clear by now, Callum here is expecting a little alien baby. His one true hobby is science. My favourite part is looking at the memories just because it paints such a clear picture of the Sims' story, and already I can see his life is very interesting. Okay, so his first kiss was with a mystery sim, which makes sense. He is not from around here. Of course, it wouldn't be someone from the neighbourhood. He was an overachiever, of course. Knowledge sims always are, aren't they? Very first woohoo with mystery sim, but check this out. Got abducted by aliens, and that caused whoever he was with, I guess, to break up with him. What a sad story, though. I mean, that's kind of heartbreaking, you know, to get abducted, you lose the love of your life. I mean, they were in love with each other, and then he had to move, literally to a different town. This is little Callum as a child. I guess he was just like a big old nerd as a kid. Same. Oh, and he was bullied. Oh, poor Callum. I absolutely love him already. Abducted by aliens. And now here he is in Jubilee. Hopefully the residents here are going to be a little bit more accepting. Every time I have gone into a new household, I immediately think, okay, this one's my favourite lot. And then I get to another one, I'm like, no, this one's my favourite lot. This one is absolutely fantastic. Might be my favourite. He has a car here, and I can see on the front porch that he has his telescope. If we come inside, we can see that he lives in a nice little bungalow. Bungalows, by the way, are my absolute favourite, both in real life and The Sims 2. Got his kitchen space, a bathroom. He's got, hold on a second, why are there 2 cribs? He had better not be expecting twins. How dare the creator do this? I just used the Sim Blender to find out how many babies he's expected, and it is in fact 2. Wow. Chaos. Absolute chaos. This tiny house with no money and 2 screaming alien kids. Overall, very impressed with this storyline. If I was to play this neighbourhood, this is probably the one I would be most eager to get in and start playing. Just very impressed with this one so far. Standing there like a whole entire slob is our last family member of the day. This is Ruben Calder. He is a teenager. He doesn't have a locked-in want. I think it's the only one we've seen so far that doesn't. But his aspiration is popularity. It looks like both of his parents, Peter and Lucy, have sadly passed away, so he is kind of like just living out here by himself. He does not have very much money, and this is a very rundown lot. We'll see it in just a moment. He is in public school. He is a C. He also has a job as a dishwasher. I guess this is just a little bit of extra income just to put food in his stomach. Ruben has had a rough upbringing. After his mother died, he just couldn't take his drunkard of a dad anymore and ran away. The old fool died recently, but somehow he still can't bring himself to return to his old stomping ground. Too many bad memories. Poor Ruben does not deserve this. Bless him. He's also a very nice, playful, outgoing kind of sim. Seems like a nice kid. His one true hobby is music and dance. His memories reflect his bio in that he really hasn't had a very good life. He got a D report card. That caused him to become enemies with his father. Then his mother died. He grew up badly. He ran away, of which he was happy about. And then his dad passed away. Wow, I just feel so bad. The poor thing witnessed his mother dying in his own house. And I guess that made his dad hit the bottle and hit it hard. Yeah, so he definitely did not get along with his father whatsoever. And now he is having to sleep rough. Oh my gosh, I kind of just want to press play just so I can give him like the best life possible. He so deserves it. By far the most creative and out there kind of lot in the neighbourhood, at least in terms of residential lots. I just think this one is absolutely fantastic. It's such a clever and creative idea, and the execution is spot on. So we have this little like bus stop space here. There's like overgrown weeds and stuff just in the front garden. Yeah, so very dilapidated. He's got like a tent, a stereo, and he's got like this punch bowl and like a little campfire, and that's pretty much everything that he owns. If you like a challenge, this would by far be one of the most challenging families in the neighbourhood to play. Me personally, I absolutely love that kind of stuff in The Sims 2. I like kind of like a rags to riches sort of storyline. So this would be a lot of fun to play. Very challenging, but a lot of fun, I think. This here is one of 2 owned businesses that we're going to be checking out today. This one is called Step in Style. I guess it is a small boutique. This is owned by Leslie Hayes. One thing I really like is the fact that it's so small. Like in a little tiny neighbourhood like this, you wouldn't expect to have like really big malls and stuff. You really would have like these little owned businesses. So I really appreciate that. So back here, we can see that this is where she would do like her sewing. This is like her little workshop. And of course, she sells clothes and jewellery. Another thing to note as well is it does come with car park spaces, which is awesome. If you have a mod that allows for cars to randomly spawn here, I think it would just add so much more immersion to play in these lots in the neighbourhood, because it does look like so many of them automatically have these little car parks. So I like that. That's great. The second and final owned business that we're going to be checking out before we move into some of the other community lots is the general store. This one is run by Emmett Parrish, who we saw near in the beginning of this episode. There is something so Strangetown on DS about this lot that I really like, and that's before I've even gone inside. Again, we have a car park, and out front Sims can purchase like electronic gadgets. This is definitely supposed to be like an all-in-one lot. There's so many different things that you can buy, from groceries to magazines. You can buy DVDs back here as well. And it does look like he sells like just little knickknacks. We've got a random assortment of like flowers and gadgets and just decorative items. I do like as well that the business perks have been chosen for you, and that reflects in his family fund. So he's gone all the way up to the Will Wright grant. And now we can see in his family funds here, he has 25,000 simoleons. So I really like this little detail. It just prevents me from having to like play the business from the ground up, which can be a real challenge. I like that it's already an established business. Here we are at the Bear Grill. This is kind of like an industrial style looking lot. I really like that the architecture in this neighborhood is like a common theme. Like everything feels like it fits together really nicely. We don't have like drastically different architectural styles. So I really like that. Let's go ahead and check out the interior next. Alright, this is awesome. I guess it would function as kind of like a bar and restaurant. So we've obviously got like the kitchen staff and the host podium as well. This is just a small little diner. I would definitely be playing this a lot if I ever decided to play this neighborhood in depth. Like this to me could be both a date location, like a first date, hangout spot. Teens can come here after school. You can have it so that families come here for a quick bite to eat or just come and grab a beverage, like a drink at the bar. So I really like that. I think the creator has done a wonderful job with this one, and the name is just perfect. I think the final lot that I want to check out for today is the Jubilee Cemetery, which I seem to do a lot in these custom neighborhoods. I do tend to check out the cemetery and the churches and stuff just because I like to see different interpretations of cemeteries in the game because there's so many different ways that you can build them. And I really like this one in particular. We don't have too many graves, which is nice. It's not like completely clogged up here. So you can definitely, if you play in this neighborhood, you have Sims who pass away. Plenty of room despite it being a very small lot. Yeah, so we can see like Terence here, who is Mary's husband or was Mary's husband. We've got Marigold, her daughter-in-law, and her son. So it is nice to see like these familiar Sims are actually still a part of the neighborhood, even if they're not playable. But one thing I find especially interesting is that we have like the wishing well in the center here. That could be because I am using the recommended CC, which is from like the build and buy stuff from Life Stories. I don't know, unless this is like a previously owned business, this item was just left here. I am not sure, but I really like its inclusion. It just gives the lot so much more charm and character. Another thing as well, before I begin wrapping up this episode, is I'm pretty sure that this storyline here of the Calder family is supposed to be like the teenage runaway challenge that has been so popular in the community since the game has released. Just a little detail that I noticed, you can see this all throughout Jubilee, but this is the one that I felt like, how could I have missed this when I was in the household, Final thoughts. So overall, I am so happy that I chose to explore this neighbourhood for The Sims' 21st anniversary today. I have been blown away by the storylines that the creator has come up with. The builds are fantastic. And overall, it just feels like a really fun and challenging neighbourhood to play. And it has so much character and so much depth to the lore. Overall, I am so impressed by it. One day I will play this neighbourhood, mark my words. Now, if you would like to check out this neighbourhood for yourself, the link to it will be in the description box down below. Please do make sure you are reading the creator's post in terms of what CC to download. But that about wraps it up for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do consider giving this video a like, a comment, maybe even subscribing if you haven't done so already. It really helps me out. But until the next one, have a great day and happy simming.